Have you ever wondered why some people seem unstoppable while others stumble over the same obstacles again and again? What separates those who follow through from those who give up halfway? It's not luck, talent, or even opportunity. It's something far more powerful: consistency. In this video, inspired by the timeless wisdom of the Billy Graham mindset, we'll uncover how consistency shapes not just your habits, but your identity. We'll explore how showing up for yourself day after day builds the most important trust you'll ever have, the trust you have in yourself. So settle in, open your mind, and let's dive deep into how you can make consistency your greatest ally, and watch how it transforms every corner of your life. The hidden power of showing up. Consistency doesn't always look exciting. In fact, it often looks boring. It's waking up at the same time, doing the same routine, putting in the same work, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. But hidden within that monotony is a quiet power that compounds over time, a power that shapes your character, your results, and your self-respect. When you show up for yourself, you're making a promise to your future self. Each day that you follow through, no matter how small the action, you're reinforcing the belief that you can count on you. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. A skipped day won't destroy you, but quitting on yourself will. Why motivation can't be trusted. We all love motivation. It's that burst of energy that gets us started. But motivation is like a spark, it comes and goes. Consistency is the fuel that keeps the fire burning when the spark fades. If you rely on motivation alone, you'll keep waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect day, the perfect inspiration. And it may never come. The most successful people don't depend on feeling like it. They depend on systems, habits, and routines. They know that discipline is freedom. When you make consistency non-negotiable, you stop waiting for motivation and start creating momentum. For small wins, big trust. Trust is built through actions. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you're building a foundation of trust. You said you'd go for a walk. Go. You promised yourself you'd read 10 pages. Read. You decided to wake up earlier. Get up. These small wins add up. They whisper to your subconscious mind, I can rely on myself. I am who I say I am. And over time, this quiet self-belief turns into an unshakable confidence that spills over in every area of your life. The damage of broken promises. On the flip side, every time you break a promise to yourself, it chips away at your self-trust. You start to doubt your own word. You hesitate to set goals because deep down, you don't believe you'll stick to them. You become a stranger to yourself, someone who talks big but rarely delivers. This is why keeping even the smallest commitment matters. It's not about the task itself. It's about who you're becoming by honoring your word. Consistency is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Hide your reputation with yourself. We all have a reputation, not just with others, but with ourselves. Some people are known for being reliable, resilient, dependable. Others are known for being inconsistent, for starting and stopping, for making excuses. What's your reputation with yourself? If you were your own employee, would you trust you? Would you hire you? Would you bet on you? The good news is you can rebuild that trust, no matter how many times you've let yourself down in the past. The moment you decide to be consistent, to do what you say you'll do, you begin repairing that relationship. The role of identity. Here's a secret about consistency. It's not just about what you do, but who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who always quits, you'll act like someone who quits. But if you begin to identify as someone who follows through, your actions will start to align with that identity. This is why small habits matter so much. They prove to your brain that you are who you say you are. Each action is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Want to be fit? Act like someone who cares for their body. Want to be successful? Show up like someone who values their goals. It's consistency. Consistency in the face of failure. Being consistent doesn't mean you won't fail. You will. You'll have bad days, missed days, setbacks, mistakes. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed get back up. They keep showing up even when they fall short. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about resilience. It's about dusting yourself off and trying again. Every time you stand back up, You prove to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses, stronger than your circumstances. Discipline as an act of self-love. Many people see discipline as punishment, something harsh and rigid. But real discipline is an act of self-love. It's saying, I care enough about my future to do what's uncomfortable now. It's sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term peace. When you're consistent, you're telling yourself, I matter. My goals matter. My dreams matter. You're choosing growth over comfort, purpose over procrastination, progress over perfection. The ripple effect. Consistency doesn't just change you, it changes your world. People notice. Open up. Doors appear where there were once only walls. Why? Because the world trusts people who trust themselves. When you're consistent, you become dependable. At work, in relationships, in life, you inspire others by your example. Your quiet, steady commitment becomes a beacon for others who want to do the same. Getting started, one step at a time. If you feel overwhelmed by where to begin, don't. Consistency isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing one thing, well, over and over. Pick one promise to keep today. Make it simple. Make it small. Make it doable. Then do it again tomorrow. And the next day, stack those small wins. Build your self-trust brick by brick. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize you've built something unshakable. A deep, unbreakable trust with the one person you spend your whole life with, yourself. And the myth of overnight success. One of the biggest lies we're sold is the idea of overnight success. We see someone rise to fame, build a fortune, or master a craft, and it looks like it happened instantly. But behind every overnight success are years, sometimes decades, of quiet, unseen consistency. The artist who finally gets discovered didn't just pick up a brush yesterday. The athlete winning gold medals didn't train for a week and show up on the podium. The business owner celebrating 7 figures didn't build it in a weekend. Consistency is the secret story behind every achievement that looks sudden. The world only sees the result, but the real magic happens in the grind. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. A big part of building trust with yourself is falling in love with the process, not just the results. Outcomes are motivating, but they're not guaranteed. What you can guarantee is showing up for the process. If you want to write a book, don't obsess over having it published. Focus on writing a page every day. If you want to get fit, don't stress over the number on the scale. Focus on moving your body and fueling it well. When you learn to love the daily work, you win every day, no matter how long the bigger goal takes. The compound effect. Consistency unlocks the compound effect, the principle that small actions, repeated over time, lead to massive results. One workout doesn't transform your body, but 1,000 do. One healthy meal won't change your life, but 1,000 will. One day of saving money won't make you wealthy, but years of saving will. The compound effect works in every area: your health, your mindset, your finances, your relationships. The catch: it works. Both bad choices repeated over time compound too. Consistency is always working. The question is, are you compounding what you want or what you don't? A mastery through repetition. You don't become great by dabbling. You become great by doing the same thing again until it becomes part of you. This is mastery. Consistency creates skill. Skill creates confidence. And confidence creates results. Look at any master in any field, an artist, a leader, a craftsman, and you'll see the fingerprints of repetition all over their work. They didn't wait to feel inspired. They showed up when it was hard, when it was dull, when it was inconvenient. That's what made them masters, not talent, but tenacity. Building habits that stick. How do you make consistency easier? By turning actions into habits. Habits take the decision-making out of it. You don't have to debate with yourself. You just do it because it's what you do. Start small. Attach new habits to existing ones. Make it so easy you can't say no. Want to read more? Read 1 page while you drink your morning coffee. Want to exercise more? Do 5 push-ups before your shower. Over time, the small becomes automatic, and the automatic becomes unstoppable. In guarding your environment can make or break your consistency. Surround yourself with people who support your goals, not sabotage them. Organize your space to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. If you want to write more, put your phone in another room. If you want to eat better, keep healthy food within reach. If you want to wake up early, set your alarm across the room. Design your environment to work for you, because willpower is limited, but a smart setup can carry you when your motivation dips. Consistency in relationships. Consistency isn't just for personal goals. It's the bedrock of trust in relationships too. Friendships, partnerships, family. They all thrive when you're steady, reliable, and true to your word. Showing up for people, being there when you say you will, keeping confidences. These things build a bond that can't be faked, just like self-trust. Trust with others is built in small moments. A call returned, a promise kept, a hand offered when it's needed most. Don't let perfection kill your progress. One of the biggest enemies of consistency is perfectionism. If you wait for things to be perfect, you'll never start. Or you'll keep stopping when things get messy. Real progress is imperfect. It's clumsy, awkward, and often full of mistakes. The goal isn't to do it perfectly. The goal is to keep doing it. Done is better than perfect. Imperfect action, repeated consistently, beats perfect action that never happens. Give yourself permission to be bad at something while you're getting good at it. That's how you grow. Celebrate your consistency. We often overlook our own efforts. We focus so much on what we haven't done yet that we forget to honor what we have done. Take time to celebrate your consistency. Notice the days you showed up when you didn't feel like it. Acknowledge the habits that stuck, the progress you've made. Celebrating yourself fuels your desire to keep going. It reminds you that you're not the same person you were. You're better, stronger, more trustworthy to yourself than you used to be. That pride feeds your momentum. Your future self is watching. Every choice you make today writes a line in the story of your life. Your future self is watching, hoping you'll keep showing up, hoping you'll do the hard thing, hoping you'll stay true to your goals. That future version of you depends on today's consistency. 1 year from now, you'll thank yourself for the small choices you're making right now. Or you'll wish you'd started sooner. You get to decide. Every day is another chance to prove to yourself, I keep my word. I am consistent. Turning setbacks into fuel. No matter how committed you are, setbacks will come. You'll miss a day at the gym. You'll break your streak. You'll fall back into an old habit. Many people think a setback means they've failed. But consistency isn't about never slipping up. It's about how quickly you get back on track. Instead of seeing a slip as a reason to quit, see it as feedback. What triggered it? How can you prepare better next time? Every setback carries a lesson. Use it. Adjust. Then keep going. In the end, it's not the perfect streak that builds trust. It's the resilience to return after you stumble. Redefining hard work. Some people think consistency means working yourself into exhaustion every day. But true consistency is sustainable. It's about balance, working smart, resting well, pacing yourself for the long haul. Burnout isn't proof of commitment. It's proof of poor planning. Work hard, yes, but rest hard too. Take care of your body and mind so you can show up tomorrow and the day after that. The person who wins is not the one who sprints the fastest, but the one who keeps running when others stop. In the quiet confidence of consistency, there's a quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from doing what you said you'd do, especially when no one's watching. It doesn't brag, but it shows up in how you carry yourself, how you handle challenges, how you face uncertainty. When you trust yourself, you stop second-guessing, you stop hesitating. You make decisions more boldly because you know you'll follow through. Consistency doesn't just build trust, it builds certainty. And that certainty is magnetic. High consistency outlasts talent. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential. Why? Because they rely on talent alone. They start strong, but when the shine wears off, they stop. Meanwhile, the person who shows up daily, who puts in the work even when no one claps, slowly overtakes the talented quitter. In the long run, consistency beats talent every time. Talent gives you a head start. Consistency carries you to the finish line. Don't worry if you're not the best today. Be the one who doesn't quit. That's who wins. Finding joy in the mundane. One of the secrets of people who master consistency is that they find joy in the mundane. They learn to appreciate the simple act of showing up. The runner learns to love the miles, not just the medals. The writer learns to love the words, not just the book deal. The entrepreneur learns to love the grind, not just the payday. When you find joy in the ordinary, you free yourself from needing constant excitement. You build a deep inner satisfaction that no quick fix can match. That's when consistency becomes not just a habit, but a lifestyle. Remove the emotion from the decision. Highly consistent people make decisions once, then stick to them. They don't negotiate with themselves every day about whether they'll go to the gym or stick to their budget or wake up early. They decide once, and then they execute. Emotion is unreliable. Some days you'll feel like it, some days you won't. Take the emotion out of it. Make it automatic. Decide that this is who you are now. Someone who keeps their word, no matter what mood shows up. Hear the power of accountability. Consistency can feel lonely, but it doesn't have to be. Find people who hold you to a higher standard. A friend, a coach, a mentor, a community. Someone who will remind you of your promise when you feel like slipping back. Accountability turns private goals into public commitments. When others know what you're working toward, use that power. Let it push you through the days when your own voice says, maybe tomorrow. Revisit your why. When your consistency wavers, go back to your why. Why did you start? What does this goal mean for your life? Who will benefit when you follow through? Your why is your anchor. It grounds you when distractions come calling. Write it down. Put it where you can see it. Speak it out loud when excuses creep in. A strong why fuels consistent what? Never lose sight of it. A focus on one thing at a time. One reason people fail to stay consistent is they try to change everything all at once. They overhaul their diet, their finances, their routines, and it all crumbles under the weight of too much. Instead, pick one thing. One habit, one promise. Master it. Make it part of who you are. Consistency is a marathon, not a sprint. Slow, steady progress is better than spectacular starts with no follow-through. Trust yourself enough to dream bigger. As your consistency grows, so does your self-trust. And with that trust comes courage. The courage to dream bigger, set bolder goals, and push past what you once thought was possible. When you know you'll show up, you're no longer afraid of failure. You're not afraid to aim high because you know you'll do the work to get there. Consistency frees you to dream, and your dreams fuel your consistency. It's a cycle that turns ordinary people into extraordinary examples. Protect your commitments. Your commitments are sacred. They are promises not just to the outside world, but to your own future. So protect them fiercely. That means saying no to distractions, to shortcuts, to the temptation to procrastinate. Distractions are everywhere. They sneak in through your phone, your habits, your conversations. The more consistent you become, the more distractions will test you. But remember, every no you say to distractions is a yes to your future self. Guard your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Time once wasted can never be reclaimed, but time well used compounds like no other investment. When no one applauds, a big test of consistency is this: can you keep going when no one notices? When there's no praise, no claps, no audience. Many people start something for the recognition, but the real test comes when the excitement fades and it's just you and the work. True consistency happens in the shadows. In the hours no one sees, the mornings no one documents, the quiet decisions no one celebrates. If you can keep showing up, then you're unstoppable. Your reward isn't the applause. It's the person you become when you prove you don't need it. And don't compare. Your chapter 1, comparison kills consistency. If you're always looking at someone else's highlight reel, you'll feel like giving up on your own page. Remember, you're not seeing their first draft. You're seeing the polished version, years in the making. Run your own race. Measure your progress against yesterday you, not someone else's peak. Celebrate your small wins as fiercely as you admire someone else's big ones. You can't trust yourself if you're busy wishing you were someone else. That's where your consistency lies. Practice self-forgiveness. You will mess up. You will break your streaks. You will slip into old habits. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. What matters is what you do next. Consistency and self-forgiveness go hand in hand. If you're harsh with yourself every time you fall, you'll lose hope and stop trying. But if you can forgive yourself, learn, and recommit, you'll bounce back stronger every time. Progress is never a straight line. It's a messy, beautiful zigzag. When it gets boring, keep going. Repetition is boring. And that's exactly where most people stop. They crave novelty, excitement, but masters stay in the boredom. They know the magic is on the other side of doing the basics so well they become art. When your routine gets dull, remember boring is good. Boring means you're consistent enough for it to feel normal. Push through the boredom. That's where excellence hides. Where others drop out, you keep going. Hey, reward your discipline. Discipline doesn't mean denying yourself joy. In fact, consistent people often build in small rewards to reinforce their habits. These rewards don't undo the work. They remind you that hard work and enjoyment can coexist. Celebrate milestones. Treat yourself when you hit a streak. Take a break when you reach a checkpoint. Just don't let the reward replace the habit. Balance is what keeps consistency sustainable. Inspire others by example. You may not realize it, but your consistency isn't just for you. People are watching. Friends, family, even strangers you don't know are inspired by your quiet dedication. When you keep showing up, you give permission for others to believe they can too. You don't have to preach to inspire. Just keep doing the work. Be the proof that steady commitment changes lives. Be the evidence that trust in yourself pays off. Redefine success. Consistency forces you to redefine success. It's not always the big trophy or the big payday. Sometimes, success is simply not quitting today. It's one more page written, one more workout done. When you learn to see these small daily wins as victories, you stay motivated. The mountain looks less intimidating when you focus on the next step instead of the entire climb. To make it your identity, the ultimate goal of consistency is this: it stops being something you do and becomes who you are. You're not trying to write, you're a writer. You're not trying to get fit, you're an athlete. You're not trying to save money, you're a disciplined investor. When your actions align with your identity, you no longer have to fight yourself every day. You simply act like the person you believe you are. Identity-driven consistency lasts for life. How your legacy of trust. When you live consistently, you're not just changing your present, you're building a legacy. The trust you build with yourself ripples outward. It shapes how you lead your family, your community, your work. Long after you're gone, the habits you modeled, the discipline you showed, the trust you built will echo in the lives you touched. Consistency is never wasted. It plants seeds you may never see bloom, but they will bloom. That's the quiet power of living true to your word. Heck, consistency makes hard things easier. At first, consistency feels hard. It takes effort to wake up earlier, to stick to routines, to choose the uncomfortable path when the easy one tempts you. But over time, what was once hard becomes automatic. The workout that felt impossible becomes your warm-up. The early mornings feel natural. The discipline that felt rigid becomes freedom. The effort is front-loaded, but the reward is lifelong. When you build trust with yourself, you also make your life simpler. Hard choices now create an easier. Hey, embrace the seasons. Consistency doesn't mean rigid sameness forever. Life has seasons. Sometimes you sprint, sometimes you rest. Sometimes you're in growth mode, sometimes you're healing. The key is knowing the difference between resting and quitting. Rest is part of the plan, quitting breaks the promise. Be flexible enough to adapt, wise enough to pace yourself, and determined enough to stay the course, even when the pace changes. Avoid burnout traps. One reason people fail at staying consistent is burnout. They go all in, push too hard too soon, and flame out before the habit takes root. Remember, consistency is about sustainability. Heroic. Start smaller than you think you need to. Grow gradually. Rest when you must, but never lose sight of why you began. Be patient. The harvest always comes to those who sow steadily. Use your tools these days. We have endless tools to help us stay consistent. Planners, calendars, habit trackers, reminders. Use them. Don't rely on memory alone. Write things down. Track your streaks. Set alarms. Automate what you tools don't do the work for you, but they remove the excuses. Leverage them to make consistency easier. Until it's so ingrained, you hardly need them anymore. Feed your mind daily. Consistency starts in your mind. What you feed your mind shapes what you believe. And what you believe shapes what you do. Read books that challenge you. Listen to voices that inspire you. Fill your mind with messages that remind you who you want to be. The right words at the right time can keep you on track when your willpower wanes. Be honest with yourself. Building trust with yourself means telling yourself the truth. Especially the hard truths. If you're slacking, own it. If you're making excuses, call yourself out. Radical honesty hurts at first, but it frees you to change. You can't fix what you refuse to face. Be your own mirror, and use what you see to fuel your next step. Visualize the end game. Sometimes consistency drags because you lose sight of what you're working toward. Take time to visualize your goal in detail. See the stronger body, the finished book, the thriving business. Make it vivid. Feel it. Taste it. When the day-to-day grind wears you down, your vision pulls you forward. A clear picture keeps your daily actions connected to a bigger purpose. Be patient, but be relentless. Patience and relentlessness sound like opposites, but together, they're unstoppable. Patience keeps you calm when results are slow. Relentlessness keeps you moving when obstacles block the way. Trust that your consistency will pay off, but never let comfort make you passive. Stay hungry, stay humble, stay moving. That's how trust grows roots that can't be shaken. Hey, never underestimate one more day. Sometimes, one more day makes all the difference. The day you feel like quitting is often the day right before the breakthrough. The day you feel weakest is when the habit is being forged strongest. When in doubt, just do today. Don't worry about forever. Just don't break the chain today. One more day, then one more. That's how lifelong trust is built, a day at a time. Have the unseen rewards. Not every reward of consistency can be measured. Some are invisible. The quiet pride you feel at night, the steady peace of knowing you can rely on yourself, the calm confidence when you face challenges others panic over. The world sees your results, but you carry the deeper reward inside you. That's what makes trust with yourself so priceless. It goes with you everywhere, in everything, and no one can take it away. How your circle reflects your standards. Consistency is contagious, and so is inconsistency. Look at the people closest to you. Do they lift your standards or lower them? Do they push you to keep your word or give you excuses to break it? Your circle shapes your ceiling. Surround yourself with people who honor their word, who chase growth, who respect the grind. Their discipline sharpens yours, and your discipline can inspire theirs. Trust, once built in you, strengthens those around you too. Hey, learn from the best. Study people who live what you want to live. Read biographies, watch interviews, listen to their stories. You'll notice a pattern. None of them got there without consistency. They didn't always feel like it. They weren't always motivated. They didn't always have the best circumstances. But they didn't stop. Let their examples remind you that your journey is no different. The same rules apply to you. Cut out what weakens you. Sometimes consistency isn't about adding more. It's about removing what breaks your focus. Bad habits, toxic people, negative self-talk. These things drain your energy and test your resolve. Get ruthless about cutting out what pulls you backward. You can't outrun a weight tied to your ankle. Release what holds you back so your consistency can flow forward freely. Hey, trust and self-respect are twins. When you trust yourself, you respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, you act in ways that deepen that trust. It's a cycle, and every action either strengthens or weakens it. When you skip what you promised, you send yourself a message: I don't matter enough. When you follow through, the message flips: I do matter. My word means something. Self-respect grows with each small commitment honored. Consistency is a form of faith. When you act consistently, you're betting on a future you can't yet see. You're saying, what I'm doing today will pay off tomorrow. That's faith. The belief that effort compounds, that seeds grow roots in unseen soil. Every action is an investment in that invisible future. Doubt will whisper. Your consistency replies, watch me. Be ready to reinvent. Your goals will evolve, so will you. Consistency doesn't mean stubbornly clinging to what no longer fits. It means adapting your habits as you grow. Check in with yourself. Are you still moving toward what matters? Do your daily actions still match your bigger vision? If not, adjust, but keep showing up. Reinvention is part of the journey. The core is unchanged. You trust yourself to follow through, no matter what path you walk. Teach it, share it. One of the best ways to solidify your own consistency is to help others build theirs. Share what works for you. Encourage someone who's just starting out. When you teach, you remind yourself of the principles you live by. When you share, you build a community that holds each other to higher standards. The trust you have in yourself becomes trust others can lean on too. Part 58. Celebrate the ordinary days. Not every day will feel monumental. Most won't. And that's the point. Trust is built in the ordinary days, the quiet mornings, the simple routines, the unnoticed choices. It's easy to celebrate big wins. The true mark of consistency is that you find contentment in the daily grind. The ordinary days are the win, because they're what build the life you dream of. Part 59. Stay humble. Stay hungry. As your consistency pays off, you'll start to stand out. Results will come. Recognition will come. But never let success make you complacent. Stay humble enough to know there's always more to learn. Stay hungry enough to keep raising your standards. Consistency isn't a destination, it's a way of living. You keep moving. Had the final word. It's always you. At the end of the day, this is about you. Not your boss, not your critics, not the world. You are the one who lives with your choices. You are the one who benefits when you keep your word, and the one who pays when you break it. Consistency builds trust with the only person you can never run from, yourself. That trust is freedom. That trust is power. That trust is the quiet foundation under every dream you build. So keep showing up, keep stacking days. Keep choosing the small promises that become an unshakable truth. You can trust you. Consistency is not an event, it's your edge, your standard, your silent promise that tomorrow will be better than today because you made it so. Stay steady, stay faithful, stay true to your word, because in the end, the life you want isn't built by chance. It's built by the trust you earn with yourself, one choice at a time. Thank you for watching. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Billy Graham Mindset. If you found this message powerful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, motivation will fade, but your consistency will carry you further than you ever imagined. Stay consistent, stay true, and trust yourself. You're worth it.